Rainbows and butterflies make me feel as though I just might live right out of the soles of my shoes. Leave behind all the stress, the blues. I feel as though I'm 6 feet high, flying with them.
Today's event's called Northern Lights, and it's a culmination of nearly a year's work. We've got music industry luminaries from all over the country who've come to share their wisdom, we hope, with the kids that are wanting to get into rock and roll and different aspects of the music industry. And so far it's been a fantastic day. Had over 150 people through the doors first thing this morning, and it's stayed packed all day long, and it's been fantastic.
One of the panels straight away was, is the music enough? And I think people have got to look at it a little bit more outside of the box and think, where could they market their music, where could they place their music within the sectors? And I know it all starts sounding extremely unsexy and whatnot, but ultimately if you want to sell records, I think you've got to really identify who would want to buy your records. So from that point on, it's not just listening to the music, it's trying to get people to actually think about where they are in their career as well.
If I was working always with unsigned bands, then there would be time to go through the 20 demos or so that I'm getting a week. However, there's other things, there's interviews, there's reviews, there's news items, so all these things start to back up. So you end up with a pile of demos like this. And the point for me is deciding which ones to listen to first. Now, the only thing that you've got to go on is the CD. So things like a good picture, a good biog, they shouldn't make a difference, but they do to me.
It's help. It's making yours stand out from the rest. If I receive a blank CD in the post and a little letter accompanying it, and that letter gets split from the blank CD, I don't know what's on that CD or where it's from. But if somebody sends it in and they've actually written down the phone number on there, an email address, a MySpace address, and information, it's all there, and it makes life a lot easier, and that's going to get listened to before the other one, because the other one will get around to it. I'm Nick Moore from More Publicity in London. I run a company that's a music PR, so we try and get our artists in the press, radio, TV, both on panels around the country. But this is one of the best organised I've been to. It's quite exciting. There's a hell of a lot of people here, and they all seem very, very keen on everything. So it's very, very productive, I think. It's enabling people that want a career in the music business to actually get together and speak to people such as myself from across the board in the industry. So any question they've got and they want answered, they should be able to get it answered today. That's the theory. And it's going very well so far.
We're Stephen Evans and the Planets. We're one of the incubated acts with Freeflow.
We're playing the gig tonight, and we're just making use of the services offered by Freeflow, which are pretty good.
How do you feel about the gig tonight? Confident?
We're really looking forward to it. There's lots of very influential, awesome fellas here, so hoping to make a good impression.
Go on and take one for you, won't give me change in pound time. Take to sit, or the flashy machine is lit, pointing team to the someone else who's already playing. Like a vulture stop and he's praying, watch this, he throws it all of his sweating that good morning feeling. I might just drop the jack tonight when I need to win somebody back. Find it, time it, oh, what the tricky station, you want to know how to use them.
We would recommend any new artists contacting Freeflow.
Yeah, it's a good place to mingle with lots of all the other really good Manchester bands and stuff.
I'm Will Brown, and I'm here today just to come and get some advice from a music student. I'm trying to get some advice to get a bit more information about the music industry and how it works. And I thought it was really useful. There's a lot going on, and it's good to get some real advice from real people.
No, I feel a bit left out 'cause I've got no more money left.
The demo boudoir was an idea. We knew many of the artists were going to bring demos down, and we knew during the A&R panel we wouldn't have a chance to get to play them all. So essentially we set up a little room upstairs, and our delegates have been kindly taking it in turns. Been fantastic all day, and I've been listening to demo after demo after demo. Each band has had a short slot of time, just enough time to play their favourite song, and then get some feedback on it and see what people from the industry actually think. I think we've got through some around 70 bands today.
Today I've actually been listening to demos in the demo boudoir, which is quite daunting really when you think about it. Having to sit right in front of somebody who was playing you their sort of a little bit of themselves put onto CDs. Try my best to be as honest as I can. The music industry is an extremely brutal industry, and I think you've got to be able to take the knocks.
The conversation today went really well. I think it's good to talk to someone you know is qualified to give you advice, so you can feel a little bit more at ease in letting go and letting them give you the advice, because sometimes you're in danger of being in control too much.
So all in all, it was really enjoyable and scare-free.
Well, for them or for you?
For both, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Only a couple of bruises.
Again, for them or
yeah,
for you?
maybe a couple of bruised egos, but there was only one slight fracas, but we'll have to draw a veil over that.
How did you feel the session went?
It went really well.
Yeah?
Played the demo, everyone liked it, and the guys said they all wanted copies and they take it away and give it around people in London for us, which is all you can ask really.
So that was very encouraging for you?
It was very encouraging for us, yeah.
In 2002 we were nominated for a Mercury Prize and a Brit Award that year, and we're still releasing records with that label. So that's my story thus far.
My name's Guy Garvey, I'm the lead singer of Elbow, and today I'll be chairing a panel on the pitfalls that I experienced while Elbow were trying to make a living in music, and hopefully helping some people to avoid the same sort of trouble that we had. We didn't know how or where to go to or who to speak to about getting our music heard. So to be honest with you, we were in a carpeted room working very hard for quite a long time before anything happened for us. It's largely due to the musical community in Manchester, because we didn't have this kind of help. So, Freeflow is something that I think is really important, which is why I lended my support.
What kind of man does he ever been a word? What kind of girl does he ever been a dog? What kind of people that make up my life this way? They do. I wanna be, I just wanna be. I wanna be, I just wanna be. I wanna look deep into your eyes. I wanna put my arms around you. I wanna make you come on right. I wanna mean the world to you. I wanna look deep into your eyes. I wanna put my arms around you. I wanna make you come on right. I wanna mean the world to you, the world to you, the world to you.
In London it's such a sprawling place, whereas Manchester, effectively all the music is in the basis. It's a walking distance, so it's quite important to have that structure that everyone can go to gigs, etc. I think it's very important, and I think with things like today, it's encouraging young people to get involved, to talk to each other, and hopefully build the next generation of Manchester bands.
Today's events will benefit budding musicians through the fact that you've managed to drag people up from London, which is pretty difficult at the best of times. Today I've been on an A&R panel where we spoke to about 250 musicians from the Manchester area, telling them about what it takes to be a star and to make it in the music business. Out of the 6 demos we listened to, there were 2 that were exceptionally good.
Yeah, my highlights were pretty much the same as Gordon's, Ian and Kid Electric, especially Emily's vocal, which I can't wait to hear a lot more of. So
I think we were very honest, and we didn't beat about the bush. People wanted to hear what we had to say, and we were constructive in our criticism.
It's just great, really, to hear some praise. Not living at home anymore, so you don't get your mum and dad telling you you're brilliant. Like, you're just on your own, and
and it's nice it's really great basically to have like words of encouragement. So.
I got a lot of positive feedback, and that's always very useful especially I'm a solo artist, so when you work on your own, it's quite useful to get those ego boosts along the way. So it was quite nice that they were quite kind to me. And Clint's heard it before, but he was quite pro Ian today. So I got 4 hits.
I mean, I got some good feedback on a more one-to-one basis just after the panel from everyone saying they thought it was really useful. And hopefully we did say something interesting and new to them. And I think it's also the fact that we've introduced ourselves to them, and that sort of more personal contact is always useful. It's very difficult, I know, for unsigned bands to get into major companies at all, through a phone call. If you actually know someone, you've seen them on a panel, it's got to help.
I think it's good for networking as well, like Catherine said, you get to meet them and you get to chat to them afterwards. So they know who you are and it's easier for them to get their music to you. And I think it helps them on that aspect, that respect.
It's quite useful for people that are trying to get somewhere with their own music to hear the range of different speakers that they've put on today. They've got a mixture of people from within the industry, from both sides really, from the actual record companies and publishing and that side, and actual artists who've been there and done it. And it's very useful to hear advice from people like that when you're trying to do it yourself.
I think the Freeflow event will help people visualise the music industry outside of Manchester, actually putting faces to names and that sort of thing. I think that's a really, really important aspect of the music industry, which is the networking side of things and creating dialogue. Ultimately, like some of the really high profile guys who are down here, they're getting to hear music for the first time. That's probably, they're getting a one-up on their competitors really, which ultimately is what they're all about. So in that way, I think it really, really benefits people, and for people to get a real close-up idea of what the music industry is all about, and to check really whether or not they really want to get involved in the music industry. And also, again, it puts Manchester on the map, which I'm a huge fan of, because I think it's really, really good that Manchester creates so much musical talent. I just wish there was more and more of an infrastructure to help and support Mancunian bands really. So the fact that Freeflow's here, I think, is a really, really good and positive thing.
Organisations like Freeflow are essential really to help young musicians experience their first bit of live work or their first recording, and if I can help Freeflow out, then I feel like I'm doing my bit for a musical community that supported me for the last decade.
You'll hopefully see some good acts this evening, as well as the acts that we heard this afternoon at the demo session.
Will you be around for the gig tonight?
I'm definitely staying up for the gig, and if it's as good as what I heard this afternoon, then it's going to be a double whammy.
And will we see you here next year, Paul?
If I'm invited, I will be here like a shot. I'm just very pleased, thrilled, delighted, honoured, everything else to be here. It's been an exceptional day and well worth the trip.
I really don't get the fame. You won't ever feel the same. Oh, another back.